guys. We are here in lesson 13, which is the last lesson of this course or of this part of the code verbing courses. Like, this is level 4 and this is the last lesson. Um, in this lesson, I'm going to talk about a very different part of a grammar, English grammar, which is writing a paragraph or structuring a paragraph. In order to be able to write a good paragraph, you have to know about the grammar tenses and the structures and how to use transitions. So before listening to this course, or in order to get better information from me, you can just review the other course or the lessons that we have covered before. So here is a structuring paragraph. Writing paragraph is a very important process because by knowing how to write a good paragraph, you can then go down to write an essay, like to write many papers of thoughts or of ideas that are in your mind. So learning this needs more effort and focus. So just focus with me and then you will get better of writing. So first we are going to look at how to structure a paragraph. Like how paragraph contains, how can we write a good paragraph, and what are the structures that we have to follow in order to write. First, as I said, we have to have more information about how to write complex, compound, or simple sentences, and how to use transitions and grammar tenses well. So, learning how to structure a paragraph can be challenging since it requires enough information about how to write a great topic sentence using supporting details and transition words, and also finding a strong concluding sentence. This is how paragraphs structure. Like first, we have to have a great topic sentence and using supporting details in a body paragraph that then we are going to cover. And yeah, and also transition words, which they have very important role in connecting the tenses sentences in a paragraph together, and also finding strong concluding sentence, like how to end the paragraph that we have. Here are three important structures or parts of a paragraph that we can write. First, we have to have a topic sentence. What's a topic sentence? It tells what the whole paragraph is going to be about by giving the main idea of the topic and details that will be discussed later. And it's designed to grab the reader's attention to make them want to continue to read all the paragraph or to read as well. So here a topic sentence that we have is the very first sentence in a paragraph that's going to tell us about what's the whole paragraph or the other tenses that we have is going to be about. So at first, what's a paragraph? The paragraph is a connection between many sentences that could be one, 2 to 3, or how much sentences that you need to write. So the first sentence that we have should be a topic sentence, and this is called a topic sentence that tells what the whole paragraph is going to be about, and also it tells the main idea of the paragraph. And this is important to choose the interesting topic to grab the reader's attention in order not to get bored when they read your paragraph or read your essay. So this is about the topic sentence. For example, you can say there are many reasons for me to listen to English courses. So then, in the other sentences that you have in the body paragraph, you have to talk about these reasons. Then we are going to look about the example, and then you may understand better. This second part, we have to have a supporting details. They are details or examples about what the topic sentence is created for, in which they are in the form of facts, descriptions, or examples that support the claim made in that sentence. When we talked about the topic sentence, we said that it should contain um, the main idea of the paragraph, that what is the paragraph is going to be about. So then to support this main reason, we have to have many details in that sentence, in that paragraph. So they are called the supporting details or the body paragraph of that paragraph that we have. The R details, you can write the supporting details like examples, or by giving examples or explanations, or the things that you talked about in the main topic sentence. The last and the third part of a paragraph that we have should be a concluding sentence. When you write something, you talk about it and give details about it, then you have to end the paragraph by writing a concluding sentence. And it's important to know how to write the conclusion to reach to the final point or to transition to the next point. The general rule to write the conclusion is restating the details or ideas of a topic sentence in another different expression with all the supporting details behind it. This part is very easy because what you have to read in this part is just restating and just rewriting the details or the idea in the topic sentence in another way or in a different expressions. So the whole paragraph, the supporting part, and also the concluding sentence are both of them very, very related to the topic sentence. So the topic sentence is the most important part, which you then write. All of them are based on the topic sentence. So at the very beginning, you have to try to write a very good and a very strong topic sentence for your paragraph, and then based on the things in the topic sentence, you can write the supporting details like to support these main points, and then you can write the conclusion based on the topic sentence also. What to do before writing a paragraph? When you want to write a paragraph, you cannot just write things like without thinking or without having a basic or a strong plan. So first of all, you can just do brainstorming. So what's brainstorming? It's like a well-planned foundation to build a paragraph after choosing a specific topic. What you need to do is only taking some time before starting your draft or paragraph to just indicate what you know about the topic and be prepared in order not to get confusion. Okay, you can just take 2 to 3 minutes before you want to write something or you want to write a paragraph by thinking about it. Brainstorming is just thinking about what you are going to write in your and what your paragraph wants to be contained. So you can do brainstorming by making tables, making graphs, charts, or anything. You can just write down points and the only words that you are going to talk about. Then you can write many things in brainstorming part to just remind you about what you want to write. And then we have outlining. Outlining is a very different topic, but it relates to writing paragraph. It takes time to tell you how to write its structure. This is not part of this course, but you can search for it. Like you can write how to write a good outline for a paragraph, then you can get the structure. But this is the rewriting the structure of the paragraph, that it's like only the outlook of the paragraph that you want to write. And you have the first draft. First draft is your first writing. Concluding the topic sentence, the supporting details, and the conclusion. So the first draft you can always edit or change things from, and when you edit it, the fourth point, then you can write your final draft without any hesitation or without any doubt. So your final draft will be your rough draft and your final writing. So By going through all of these processes, you can have a good paragraph beside the ideas that you are going to write down on the paper. They are only good plans for you to just have to start. Here are some points and here's the note. It's important to use transition words between sentences because they build unity and coherence of paragraphs and also help the readers follow the thought or see connections between the sentences. Yeah, we said that you have to have a basic information about how to write sentences, how to make connection between the sentences. So how can you do this? You can do this by adding and having transition words, like we talked about it before, um, like having transition words to make connection between the sentences, between two independent clauses. Here are some examples of transitions for you. You can go through them. We have transitions to show addition, like again, and also first, second, further, in addition. You can start your supporting details by adding, for example, first, second, to show that this is your first detail and your second detail, and you can add more information by saying in addition or furthermore. And when you want to repeat something, you can use again or also. To give examples, you can use for example, for instance, that they are the same. In fact, specifically to illustrate, they are all give the same meaning. To compare, when you want to compare two things together, you can use also this thing and also this thing in the same manner or similarly, likewise. But if you want to make contraction or make to show contrast between two things, you can use although, despite, but, however, in contrast. On the other hand, still, though, yet. When you reach to the point of writing, you have to have information about this stuff, so it makes more easy for you to have these words and to use these words in your writing. And if you know about them before and if you studied it, then you will get better in your writing, and that will get easier for you when you write. You can use transition words for summarization, to summarize or conclude. You can say all in all, in conclusion, in short, in brief, to sum up, in summary, or etc. To show time, you can use after, as long as, at least, during, finally, later, until, when. These words are usually come with the complex sentences that we have. To show place or direction, above, below, elsewhere, nearby, opposite, or etc. To indicate logical relationship. Accordingly, when you want to make relationship between two things logically. Accordingly, for this reason, hence means however, so then, otherwise, as a result. You can use as a result also for in conclusion. Here we have the most important part, which is giving example, because applying all of this information and teaching them for you is not as much important as giving you a visual example. So here is a visual example, and then we are going through it to make the lesson more clear for you. So just be with me. We're gonna make it more bigger. Here are examples for you. All around the world, living in big cities creates serious problems for people. All around the world, living in big cities creates serious problems for people. Here, we have a topic sentence. By reading this sentence, you can know or you can recognize that what's the whole paragraph is going to be about. All around the world, living in big cities creates serious problems. You can talk about these serious problems for people that live that live in big cities by giving it more detail about these serious problems. You don't have to talk about the people that live there. You don't have to talk about around the world. You just have to talk about these serious problems. So you can know that this is the main point, the most important point in that sentence that you have to go in, that you have to go to tell the readers about. And then we have the supporting sentences. What are these serious problems? First, you can say the first problem is air pollution. The first is a transition word that's used here. The first problem is air pollution. The air pollution is part of the problems that we have that we are going to talk about. And for example, is used also, this is a transition word. You can add more detail and more information. Here, the first problem is air pollution is our first detail. For example, in Istanbul, many people have cars, and cars are one of the reasons that why the air is polluted. By giving this example, you can tell that why air pollution is one of the problems. Air pollution is one of the problems because we have an example for it, which is using many cars in the cities, so it makes problem. And then we have secondly, we have our second supporting detail. Secondly, traffic is an important problem for the people living in big cities. Nowadays, there are more and more cars on roads, and this causes traffic jams in many parts of the cities. Okay, when there's a traffic issue in some places, there were many cars gathering together, and they then make problems. So these big problems are the causes for making people's life in big cities, like making serious problems for theirs. The first one is air pollution by cars, and then having traffic problem, like also by car. For this reason, many inhabitants, here is another example. Okay. For this reason, many inhabitants waste their time in traffic, and they are negatively affected by this situation. Here tells why the traffic jam or traffic problem makes problem. How it makes problem? It makes many inhabitants waste their time. So having many cars here and having traffic issue is the cause, or is the serious problem for people in the city to waste time, to just get late for their work. You can say that too. And at the end, we have the conclusion, the concluding sentence. To sum up, we have the transition word. Air pollution and traffic jams are two important problems that people living in big cities have. Here in this sentence, you can notice that this is only the restating of the topic sentence and also preventing or giving the details in short. So the summary or the conclusion is only the restating the rest of the paragraph or the detail or the topic that we have. To sum up, air pollution and traffic jams, which were our two main problems or serious problems, are two important problems that people living in big cities have. We talked about the big problems or the serious problems that people have in big cities, and then we talked about two of them that you can restate. You can write this paragraph in many different ways as you like how you want, or how you want to mention the things or the thoughts in your mind. But here is the basic form or a simple, very simple paragraph that we can write. So here I mentioned all the parts, the topic sentence, Okay, the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and also the concluding sentence. And this yellow one here is also a supporting sentence. Let's go back. Here, what we learned today is structuring a paragraph. I don't want to scare you, but I just want to tell you that structuring a paragraph is not that much easy. All depend on how you think and how you want to write, and they are all depending on your ideas that you have in your mind. But structuring it is, as you can use this way or this method to write a structured paragraph or the formal paragraph. But like giving or providing ideas on the paper all depend on your thought or your ways of thinking and what you want to write in that paragraph that you want. And by putting many paragraphs, like 3 to 4 paragraphs, you can have an essay, but it's not part of this course, so I'm not gonna teach you. But if we want, you can just email me and I will be telling you how to write a good paragraph then, and also how to write an essay. Like there are many different details for writing essays. It's not just putting the paragraphs together, then you have to be more careful. And sadly, I want to tell you that this is the last of the course that I'm with you. So I hope you enjoyed all the lessons that I gave to you, and I hope you got more information with me. So for any question, for anything that you want, just contact me and email me. Here are 2 emails that I put for you. You can just email me and ask anything that you want about the courses and about the lessons. My last speech, I just want to tell you and encourage you not to ever give up of your dreams of learning English, because what I'm doing here and what I am now, just because of the trials that because of the challenge that I took, and because of the things I've been going through. So I were in your position. I was only a student that I hadn't known anything. So when I was in high school, I've just known the basic grammar tenses. I've just memorized them, so then I just forgot them after that. But when I tried very seriously to learn English, um, this is what they they make me know that I'm in this position that I can tell you things that I know, and I can do tutoring for you. I've never thought of this, that I one day can tell people things that I know about English, but it's not possible, not ever possible for you to achieve what you want to achieve. And the most important thing for you to learn English, and if you want to get better in learning English, just write books, search for things, listen for people that know English more than you. I know that I'm not perfect yet in speaking or in writing or anything, but by trying more, we can get very well. We can get better than we are now. So I just encourage you to never quit trying, and always ask about what you don't know and teach people about what you know, because you can then learn from them. When you teach them things, you can then figure out what you know and what you don't know, that you can search more. And I'm always here for you if you want any advice or anything from me about how to learn English and about the grammar tenses. Just email and contact me, and I will be here for you answering your questions. Um, I was so glad for being with you and teaching you things. Um, I hope you a very clear and um, good day, and I wish you um, a good time, and goodbye for now. Thank you